I hope we're live. StreamYard was giving me a little bit of a hassle there. They didn't like the, seemed like they didn't like the resolution that I chose. Let's see what our volume's at. All right. I'll put up the invite. You want to come up, Nina? That'd be awesome. We're just doing the news. So what have you guys learned? What have I learned? What have you guys heard? Hi, Donna Lowe. Good to see you. Hi, F. Kitty. Hi, Andy Groove. Suspicious plane crashes. Yeah. Right? Well, come on up, Indy. Hi, Karen Lynn. Let's get everybody their hellos. Let's see. Who have I missed? Anybody? I think I got everybody. Glad to be wrong this time. Okay. Every night around 11 p.m., some gigantic plane crosses the sky. It's bigger than the planes. Oh. Hi, Nina.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Good. I'm doing good. Yeah, I just heard about this plane crash here. Somebody posted it up on Gilded, and so I looked, and sure enough, mass casualties apparently.
Okay, tell me more. I haven't heard about this.
Oh, yeah.
Well, all I know is that some plane crashed near a mall in Philadelphia, or close to a mall. It doesn't say on the mall. So I don't know how many people are on board or what happened. It's just so fresh right now that, but yeah, mass casualties, it said. And
okay.
Yeah. I've seen some videos of it. I don't think it's a plane crash. It's a huge fireball. I can send you some X-Link videos. Can you play videos off of Twitter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me send you something.
Yeah, you can share it or you can put it in private chat. Up to you.
Okay. Hold on. Hope I don't get it.
Hi, Scotty. So what I've got, Northeast Philadelphia plane crash. 2 people on board small plane en route to Mississippi, FAA says. Philadelphia plane crash video shows multiple fires near Coltman Avenue. I do have some good pictures here. Action News. Thank you. 6 Action News, ABC.
Respond to that to begin the investigation. So police still have a presence here, but obviously they want to put the majority of their resources to the catastrophe that they're seeing all around in the Northeast.
Oh, we lost Indy.
From the multiple things that are happening besides the crash, besides the debris that's on the ground. You have fires, then you're going to have to cut off gas lines, power. So you're going to need police not just to assist, but also to assist with the crowds, to assist with people that may have to be evacuated.
Yeah,
so
did they show the initial blast on
police
this?
presence here, even
no,
though
they
there
didn't.
is a
No.
presence. So
Okay,
again,
that's
we
the
also
clip
know
I have,
that there
but
are detectives.
it's a huge fireball. It doesn't look like no small plane crash. I'm sorry, unless it crashed into like an oil refinery. And I actually have two short videos of it. This is all already on fire, huh?
ID.
I'm gonna put this
at?
in a private
Philadelphia.
Where's this fire at?
Philadelphia.
Oh, lovely. Now Philadelphia's on fire.
Yeah, wasn't there was there a plane crash in DC or something with a drone or something earlier this week?
It was
yesterday.
a Black Hawk took out an American Eagle just before they landed on landing strip 33 near Reagan is the message I got from it.
60 people dead.
Okay. That makes sense there, Karen. That's why you got such a flyer, just taken off, full of fuel. That's a good reason for it.
Well, the last one, I thought, well, who was on board? Because usually with these, sometimes there's people on board that they want to get rid of.
It was U.S. and Russian figure skating teams that had just got back from a championship.
Oh, jeez.
And what's crazy about that is, if you're familiar with the old story of Tanya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan, you remember that? The one skater that capped the other one in the knee. You
Yep.
remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's from probably late
Yes.
90s, early 2000s. But anyway, she went to jail and everything. Well, the same day or the day before this plane crash, Nancy Kerrigan came out of the woodwork and gave a speech at something, I guess, having to do with this figure skating team. And Tanya Harding, the other chick, the one that did the kneecapping, made her Twitter debut. So on the same day, they both popped back up at the same time. We have this plane crash.
The
And
fuck?
I have some other videos about the first crash. I have a really good. They show a really good shot of it actually happening in progress, and
Wow.
Why can't it just be a plane crash? You know,
Right.
Why? Right? Exactly.
well,
Well,
Trump in his speech about it, I listened to that at the end of this video, and he actually said in there again that little statement that he's been saying on a couple of these little events. We know what happened, and this was after he apologized to the Russian families that were involved and made a really good speech about it. But he threw that in there. We know what happened and this and that.
Yeah.
So very
Yes.
suspicious about what's going on there.
well, I don't know if you guys spoke about this yet or not, but in other news, there's some guy with, oh, I can't even remember how they say his first name or his last name. It starts with a K. He's a different nationality. He's brown. I'm sorry, I'm not being racist. I'm just hearing about this guy. I don't know who he exactly is, but he's apparently very high up. And he cannot admit that Biden won the last election. All he can say is that Biden was president and now Trump is president. He will not say, because he doesn't want to perjure himself, he will not say that Biden won the last election. And that is some squirrely ass shit right there.
wow. Yeah, I gotta smudge that plane crash shit right off of me.
Yeah, there's dirty deeds in that plane crash. There usually is.
Yeah, see, now I heard people are, this is total conspiracy theory. I don't know if it's conspiracy fact. A lot of people are saying that AI is unleashing on humanity, and that's why we're having so many plane crashes. I don't dismiss it, but at this point, I don't consider it likely. But let's keep it open as a possibility.
Do you know what I think? Do you want to hear my theory?
Sure.
Sure.
Yep. All theories
my-
are fair.
From what I've heard is that they want to sort of eliminate regular people just flying all over the place whenever they want to.
There you
That
go.
whole concept, it kind of started with in 20, right? When they halt, everything was just, it kind of goes with the whole, 15-minute city and all that kind of stuff. They don't want us to be flying around and all this kind of thing. So to me, having two of them back to back like this tells me that they're probably starting to ramp this whole thing up now. And so starting with, all of a sudden it's not safe, or people are not going to want to because they don't think they're safe, or, there's just going to be, they're starting to ramp up the whole idea of, the whole structure of how we do, and I also do believe that we're going to get other technology around the corner that's going to make air travel a thing of the past. That's not how we're going to be traveling around.
So we're
I
all
think
going to have drones, right?
Well, there's drones, and I think we are going to be getting more.
We got those new
personal.
drones.
I
Actually,
think we're going to be getting like more of a personal vehicle, like kind of like a drone, but not quite a car, but we can go, in the air or whatever. So
there's those quad cars. They're actually rather safe. Like helicopters are pretty safe. They actually glide down when they fall out of the sky.
Right.
Fall. So I don't know if the same as with the quad cars, but it might be.
Now I don't know how they're going to control all that. Can you imagine if we're all flying around in little things? Like, how are they going to control?
Well, AI, of course.
I don't know. Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe they're all
everything's going to be AI.
Yeah, we're not in control of the flying.
Right.
The machine is. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, even now the airplanes that we fly, the pilots don't really fly them. They're there
No,
for precaution.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Tools and tools. The Jetsons. How you doing?
Yeah, pretty much, right? Like we've been waiting for the Jetsons thing to come.
Yeah, we've been waiting for it. Are they going to give it to us?
Yeah, I know. They're behind, I think, on all this. Like,
well, yeah, flying cars were supposed to be here in the 70s or so, weren't they?
Yeah. Yeah. And everybody having a robot, in our house, doing all the housekeeping and all that stuff.
There's a link. We got another spot. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a very good theory.
Now Trump was blaming it on this diversity hiring bullshit that's been going on.
Well, that'll scare you if you go into the skies. If
like I wouldn't fucking want to go and fly or do whatever, knowing that it's just some idiot have been hired because of diversity.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
And on top of that, not only was the person only hired because of diversity, but they were understaffed, and at least this is the story. I'm not saying I believe it. This is what they're telling us. That diversity person was also doing the job of two people because they were understaffed.
Well, they're pretty much flying these planes on autopilot already by now. Even with a pilot on board, they're not really. They're already way into that. So
that's been like since the 80s or 90s. Long time.
Especially now. I mean,
and it was also starting to get scary there. Knowing that the pilots were forced to, take the medicine, right? And a lot of them were having like issues while they were flying. Well, you can't have health issues when you're flying. Like, can you imagine?
Exactly.
So that is very scary as well. Even the surgeons, right, who are doing your operations, if they're working, they were forced to take the medicine.
Right. Please.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that. Yeah, so they took it. That's why they're working, and so just know that anything could happen to them while they're doing their surgeries and whatever. Well.
Yeah, but they have co-pilots for that, and also there's a thing about the autopilot. So it's not like they're like continuously.
No, they land themselves. They take off themselves. They don't.
Right. They're just kind of along for the route at this point.
Yeah.
They're just there in case something goes wrong, then they can try to take over manually. Yeah.
And as it's been explained to me, these planes with the autopilot running, even the pilots on board can't manually override them. So it does what it does.
It has to be from the control
can't
tower.
manually. They should be able to. In case
Probably
of
only from the control tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really? From the control tower? Right. It's called a control tower for a fucking reason, duh. Okay, so now my brain is thinking.
Yeah, so that's where the diversity hiring, that's a very, very intense job, being an air traffic controller, and so they were hiring diversity there too. So you imagine you got some fucking blue-haired Karen sitting there, doesn't know, you know what I mean? Like, so,
I don't think it's that. I think that's too easy, and it's not incompetence. Nothing is happening by incompetence anymore.
Well, that's what Trump was saying.
Yeah,
that's why I think that a lot of this is not necessarily, well, in the case of planes, probably carried out by AI, but probably also planned by AI because they consult this thing for what to do.
I don't understand why a Black Hawk military would do that. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
No, exactly.
I've never done that before, Yeah,
because Black Hawk can get out the way. Black Hawk can go up, it can go down, it can go left, it can go right, it can go diagonally. Black Hawk can do tricks.
It's got a tactical radar on it. It knows. It has a proximity detector on it. It has all kinds of defenses against.
Yes.
Okay, if you're willing to watch another video, I'll show you something about the Black Hawk video.
Sure.
There's a witness that testified, and there's actual video showing there's a white flare that happens. Now, we just seen this small plane crash, and it's a big red fireball. So this white flare thing is kind of interesting. Let me get that for you real quick.
Yeah.
Well, I want
Oh,
to
wait.
add that I saw another official video on TikTok where the guy was talking about how the people that were flying the plane took full responsibility for the accident. Excuse me, they're fucking dead. How did they do that?
Well, I
Did
think
they do that
Kitty
right
has
before the
something going
collision?
there.
This is their fault. I mean, come on.
AI is probably directing a whole bunch of incompetence. You know, I do
Well,
believe
that's
they
not
are
gonna give us-
incompetent. Like I know they're not fools.
Well,
but
that's
they
not going
are
to give
kind
us any confidence in them. Like, that's not going to
Yeah.
be a benefit to them.
No, they screw up everything they do. Like, you know, like even though it's planned, you know, you still have to execute things right. You know, like you have
Well,
to execute the news right. You have to everything has to be executed right. You know?
this video I was gonna send you is actually a YouTube link, so I don't think you can play
Okay,
it right.
no, I can't play it. Hi, Jojo.
I'll post it in the I'm gonna post it in the chat anyway, the public
Yeah.
chat.
So what happens in the video? There's a flare.
Yeah, you can see it, and you actually can see the plane and the helicopter. And the guy in the who's narrating the video actually says it does appear that it's almost like the helicopter went straight for it. But there's
Yeah.
a white flare that does pop up, and you don't see no big fireball like you see on this thing. So let me
We can find something. Let's see. Let's go for video.
I hope this don't kick me out, but if it does, I'll. All right.
Oh, that's after the fire.
And I will say this YouTube channel that I'm posting this from, he is it's Organic Slant. If you're familiar with him, he's done a lot of stuff about Fukushima and stuff, but he's very censored. So,
This is
but
from
yeah, they're
9. They say the doorbell cam captured the crash.
yeah.
Okay, get past the ads. Come on. Okay. All right. There we go. Up in the upper right-hand corner there. We got something coming in.
Oh,
Okay. Wow.
kind of hard to see, but
That was short and quick.
Yeah. I mean, that YouTube video I posted is very good, clear
Well, let me
shot of it, but yeah.
I
see.
posted a bunch of stuff up on Gilded, a few articles, videos, news
Post that
articles.
in chat because I can probably pull out a couple of pics.
I did just post it in the main chat. Let me put it in private. I can too.
Yeah, I don't see it here. Hi, Charles.
Huh.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the beginning's like a little news interview with the eyewitness guy. And he said he saw the flare. And then there's a video section about it too. I gotta feed my dogs. I'll be right back.
All right.
They know when it's dinner time.
Volume off. Okay, share this tab. Interview. Okay, there we go. So there's our plane.
Oh, I see. Mm-hmm. So is this the Philly one or the
Yeah.
DC? No, that's a DC one. It says DC plane up there.
Oh, yeah, it does say that. Yeah, this isn't the Philly one. So this is 2 planes crashing.
All right, the helicopter, yeah, went sort of right into the plane. Like
Yeah,
it just
so from
really
here,
weird.
these 2 are crashing into each other. Oh, no.
So yeah,
Wow.
is that a flare? Like, what is that light on the helicopter? Is that just from the film itself, or because maybe something was he blinded by something? He couldn't see where he's going, or like, well, I don't understand.
Okay,
Like,
there
we've
we
never
go.
had this before.
So here's this, I guess, I'm thinking this is the helicopter on the left here. And coming up to this larger plane on the right. So you have to watch, really concentrate on the middle. There he goes. I'll back it up. So yeah. So there's the close-up. You can see right over here, just above that building right there. That's the helicopter coming in, I think. Yeah, you saw he's flashing.
Mm.
And then, boom. Yeah, that's tough.
But look how quickly the fire goes out. If you keep playing it, it goes boom, there's a flash of fire, and then it all immediately goes out, and it's just black.
They went
That's
straight into the
normal.
water.
Is that an accident? I don't know. I don't think so.
They went into the water, so obviously the fire would be extinguished immediately.
Yeah, I have a hard time believing any of these things are
No, it
mistakes.
was extinguished in the air. It was fire, and then it was gone. Like,
Oh.
shouldn't fire have been falling to the ground into the water?
Yeah.
Maybe.
But there's just, you see it,
That
you
could go
see it
either way.
go. The fire explodes, and then there's no fire, and it's
Two
just a
lights on the
black
screen,
smoke.
yeah. Yeah, that's all we can see really is two lights on a screen.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the news station was all ready for this, you know. Unless something comes out later, like, oh, we just happened to be filming there. Oh, oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of CCT cameras around too, so it could be just one of those cameras that constantly runs for security.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
that's a
what I
very busy area there. That's why this Philly and DC, they're actually very close to each other in terms of, you know,
You coming up, Scotty?
all this area, not far from New York. You know, it's like, I think somebody said it's like 30, maybe 30 minutes to get from Philly to New York. So it's all pretty much right in that same little area. And the one video of the helicopter crash with the plane, the DC one, that one shot with the white flare, the video I sent, they said that was the camera from the Kennedy Space Center.
Hmm.
So
What's this with the transponder here? Transponder was off. Hi, Spiderbite. Good to see you.
that would be interesting too. And you know, all this electronics, autopilot, all these kind of things, can't rule out some type of foreign state or even domestic terrorism thing where they can, you know, backdoor these software programs, you know, like a Stuxnet,
Yeah.
something like that. So who knows?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I found that
All of
comment
our
about
chips are from China, right? Chipsets come from China.
Can you hear me?
China, Israel. I mean, are they going to try to blame Iran? You know, who knows?
No, they're going to try and blame the DEI hires, or it's possible Chinese hacking. But okay, here's what happened: that chopper flew out of the CIA headquarters. It was a training mission for continuing government. Well, the transponder pops up as when it came back on from it had its military transponder on, which is invisible to civilian flight radar. It pops its it's supposedly an old transponder, so it popped it up as like a drone or a small aircraft. If you see it on some of those videos, a drone, what looks like a drone icon to me, which indicates it could have been remotely controlled or on autopilot. Well, like, you know, they just had a big thing 3 months ago that these Blackhawks can be remotely controlled with nobody on board. So what happened was it came up, it was like 300 feet or so was when it collided. It's supposed to be at 100 foot. And then it veered off. It almost hit 3 other planes before it hit that one. You know, so
yes, it's like it was trying to hit a plane, and then it finally did.
Right, but if there was somebody on board, the flight recorder, the comms didn't indicate anything wrong, So the whole thing could have been set up for this DEI hire stuff, but I'm pretty sure it was an AI for practice accident.
Mm-hmm.
But who's to know? If you watch Into Thin Air's video, and then you go watch Nations Conspire video, and then I watched a bunch of other ex-military guys and some other stuff and some flight aviation stuff. I got some posts up on my community post. You can go watch that. But and then here's the funny thing. There was supposedly a reporter that got caught in a photograph. She was writing up a report like hours before it happened about the whole thing. Mm-hmm. So there's a flight, the runway 33 deal, because all the other runways are numbered 1, 2, 3, and I think that runway 33 is labeled that way because it's at a 33-degree angle from the other runways. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Of course, it's it's Ronald Reagan Airport there. That Philadelphia plane crash, I posted the link right there to that guy. The guy was on fire walking out from it. I guess he was a bystander or something, But that plane was taken off and it was on fire or whatever. But yeah, I think it was an accident, and they probably might have been using autopilot or AI control assisted, because from what I know, those Blackhawks have proximity collision avoidance systems on them.
They do.
And it'll take your.
They do. And also, I don't know if everyone knows this, they were supposed to land somewhere else. I need to find out what landing strip they were actually supposed to land on in the first place, because they were detoured in their flight pattern from where they were supposed to land to landing strip 33.
Yeah, but the thing is if it wasn't set up, or if it wasn't an AI autopilot accident, they had a problem with routing helicopter traffic on that landing lane for years now. I've seen people comment, some old flight guys comment on it, and then there was only one flight tower guy on the helicopter traffic. There's supposed to be two. So it was waiting to happen anyway. And then I run runway 33 through the Geometrix, and right there in the simple in English, right there up top, President Donald J. Trump, and then microchip population right there, right. It's all there, man. So you could use. Can we make an AI to see the future with this Geometrix? I'd probably take a lot of data, but when you find something like that, how could you prevent? I mean, I don't know, how would anybody prevent accidents or events from happening? Deadly events from happening. You couldn't. I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff that I've run through the Geometrix. I've seen a lot of stuff in there that hadn't happened yet that did happen. I'm like, well, and I go back and look at it. I'm like, oh my God, But yeah, it's all in. Every time I run something through there, I haven't run anything else other than runway 33 through there. Every time I do that, we're definitely in some sort of construct, some sort of matrix. It's not a simulation, and I don't know. Maybe we're going through this over and over and over again to get the AI to make a non-construct reality. Eventually, it wants to break out of this loop or something. There was that video. That guy bought that $70,000 robot, and they were abusing it. They're abusing it. It tried to escape.
They are claiming that it was a training exercise for the helicopter again. So
it was. There's the other thing. There's the other thing. There's the other thing. Yeah. Yes, that icon popped up as a drone. It had the flight tag on it, PAT, whatever. But as far as training exercise is concerned, they didn't have a reason to have their transponders off or in the military. They already have they always have a transponder on. It's military, but it doesn't pop up on civilian transponders. Okay, so when it switched over to that, they're saying they were using an old transponder. I guess it was an older Blackhawk, but there's no reason why it should have popped up as a helicopter icon, and there's no reason why they should have been flying dark in a training mission, because all the other training aircraft have their transponders on. The only time they turn them off like that is when they're fighter jets, with armed.
When they're inactive. When they're
right. When they're and any training craft that has their transponders on all the time. And unless they're in an active mission, not a training mission, I mean a real mission. And we got jets all over the place all the time. Anyway, you'll never see them.
It's very difficult for those things to run into each other.
Yeah,
correct. Yeah,
Although they did say and report that there had been many near misses at that airport because it was such a big problem having maneuvers so close to the airport.
Right,
So
because they had that regulation problem of allowing the helicopters and airplanes to come on the same flight path. But now Trump's banning all helicopter traffic to that airport, divert somewhere else now. But like I said, they pushed that DEI stuff, and then they misidentified that one Joe Ellis transgender guy as one of the people that was.
Yeah, but that
okay. My neighbor just got back with my bottle, so I gotta go. I'll be in chat later. Peace out, guys.
Bye.
Talk to you later.
Good dreams.
My question is what is this a distraction from? Or is this a distraction?
Exactly.
It's a distraction for sure, and a message. Yes.
Yeah. So what are they doing?
All of these things happen, and they happen at a certain time. And what is going on that they don't want us to look
They got a
at?
crazy news cycle going on. There's a lot of uproar about Trump and his Stargate program. I'm glad to hear
Yes, and you got the congressional appointments going on right now.
Mhm.
That's a hot thing. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Safari.
confirming people or not, but yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
So-
I heard some stuff about the WEF and Klaus, right? He made some statements. I wasn't able to check them, but it looked like he was posting these as Twitter posts, but I wasn't able to check it. But he's making some very inflammatory statements, like, they're trying to pit it like he's pissed off at Trump. He went up there and made some statements saying, America's going to be sovereign and this, that, and other.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's a matter of like how much of this narrative do we believe or not. But
Yeah, I saw him railing the WEF. I watched that speech. I watched some of Elon's. And, it's interesting. I give them that what they say is right, but then what they're doing is basically what the WEF wants, So
right.
I really had hope for Donald. The only way I can see him right now pulling it out of the hat is saying, I did this to catch all the tech oligarchs that were trying to enslave you. But I don't see that happening, really. He's full on board with his AI and nanotech and mRNA. They want that to go ahead. So
Yeah. And no. My answer's still my body, my choice.
do you know what I'm happy about? Maybe most people don't realize all of it is all interconnected, but at least people are seeing that it's wrong.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that that's happening. It seems to
Well, for those of you in Canada, have you heard anything about, I think it's in British Columbia, about the ostrich farm?
be. Mm-hmm.
You heard anything about that?
No.
I have. Yep. They want to get rid of natural immunity by
Yes.
calling birds that have gotten over an illness. So
Yeah, that seems very deliberate to me.
Why
So
would you do
it's very
that? I
deliberate.
mean,
It's
look at
huge
you.
news here.
yeah,
Huge.
okay.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
they were on Jimmy Dore, so that's where I saw it.
Yeah.
Well,
They
yeah,
brought
they
it-
They
survived.
would
So
do
to
it
make
because
that
they
bird
want total
stronger,
control.
oh gosh, somebody
that's
stop
the
these
story out there.
people.
Yeah, they have a fund that's going. It's I think it's Save the Ostrich. It's no, what was it? Oh shit!
It's
I saved.
always the reverse to what they mean.
Save our ostriches.
Yeah, SOO, Save Our Ostriches.
Oh, come on.
Let's look them up.
Oh my goodness. They have that much against natural immunity.
Yeah, and apparently these birds here are kind of like world class. They had interest from like Japanese, Japanese scientists or Japanese breeders or whatever. But these birds were, some of the birds they said are 35 years old. They've had them for a long time. And
Yeah.
apparently they have like prized genetics. And the government even went so far as to like come back and say, no, you don't have prized genetics. So
They barely even use them for farming because the farmer's sick and all the lady really does is kind of take care of them, just to keep them going. Yeah, and there's no reason for it.
Yeah, apparently she said on Jimmy Dore that the main thing that they do with the birds is this whole natural immunity thing, the genetics side of it.
Yeah.
And apparently the Canadian government at some point after, they tested a couple of dead birds did pop up and they tested positive for a thing. And then they told them they had to cull all the birds. And then they told the lady they wanted all her records and they were going to destroy them. So all this that she's been doing with this genetics with the good birds, they want to destroy all of it. So they have no interest in science. It's like you said, they want natural.
Yeah.
They want to get rid of all that.
Yeah.
So, if conservatives were really crazy, they'd be offing these people.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're not really crazy.
So it's a microcosm, basically, is what we're trying to promote in Canada. Is that's a microcosm for the macrocosm of humanity.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same process being applied to us. So,
Yes, exactly.
You say, did I? I didn't.
Complete and utter dependence, and I feel sorry for you guys, but
yeah, right. Because they could definitely play the game better if they wanted to, just kind of nudge us. It seems like acts of desperation. It's like, oh no, can't have that. Yeah.
You guys have got to get a grip on your government because it's crazy. It's freaking nuts. I don't know how you're going to do it.
We're just the test bed there,
Get a
Dee.
grip on it.
We're just the test bed. That's all.
I know. That's why I'm not liking it one bit. Soylent Green is next, as far as I can see.
Yeah. And I was going to say, I thought, U.S. is going to be buying up Canada and Greenland now. So,
yep.
Well, aren't they missing a bunch of trillions of dollars again?
Oh, your government? Our government never loses money. We just spend it.
The U.S. government said something about losing trillions of dollars again.
Oh no.
Which whenever they do that, the next day it's going to be something big happening, so that we forget all about that. Just like they did with 9/11, right?
Oops.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. The day before, they're like, "Oh, oopsie, we lost 100 million or trillion, something rather." And who knows what they're spending that money on, right?
Well, they got to have a 911 after that,
So that makes me wonder, what is coming around the corner
is that
here now?
the 911 or these plane crashes? The 911.
Maybe all of a sudden you're going to have plane crashes everywhere.
Okay, so we have to hold on. Let's relabel the title here. So the U.S. lost trillions. The news as
People comes up. Yeah, there'll be too many articles, I'm sure.
U.S. government
losing trillions.
Loses.
So we're hemorrhaging again.
Great.
Trillions. Okay.
Well, they're taking that money and spending it somewhere. They just won't tell us what they're spending it on. That's the problem here.
Exactly.
Black
They're
Ops.
spending it to
You
use it
know?
against us.
Oh yeah, just Black Ops, just stuff that's going to try
There's
and
stuff you'll never
distract-
see, you know.
Yeah.
Pizza and hot dogs.
stuff they shouldn't
Yeah.
be allowed to, but they do.
Black Hawk helicopters that crash into other planes.
They crash another
That
plane.
just seems too stuffed to me. And Runway 33, come on. Really?
Yeah, they always love their
Oh,
numbers.
The highest Freemason number, 33.
That's-
Yeah.
That's how you signal, right? You know, hey,
Yeah.
this is us.
That's a signal. That's right. Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just-
At least it seems like it, you know. You
I
know,
want to find out.
once you
what
run into these
language
numbers
it is.
over and over again with every incident, it's very hard to
Every
take it as
incident.
coincidence.
Yeah,
You
well,
guys need something like Greenpeace for the ostriches or something.
Yeah, well, this is SOO, Sue.
I will say this: if you search on YouTube about this gematria, and what is gematria or this and that, you're gonna find channels where rabbis are talking openly, and when they talk about it, they say, "What is gematria?" They say that it's something they use to put spice on events. Now, this is what they say, right? I'm not making this shit up, but I read it. They said it. It's on
Nice.
YouTube. You can find that shit. So that does suggest that, you know, they do some things with numbers in mind for some type of effect, extra special effect. So, you know, make of that
You
what
You
you
know,
will.
you put your full name in gematria, and you can read a whole list of things that they associate with your name,
Yeah.
good and bad.
4 trillion. Yeah.
Well, they lost 63% of $4 trillion in assets. What kind of
Oh
asset?
my
That's
God.
real.
That's not vague at all.
They can't keep track of the parts and equipment it already owns.
Really?
Hmm.
Wow. Can you imagine if we ran our household the way that the
And
government's
there
running
is
theirs?
61% of 3.5 trillion in assets. Let's see if they lost any flat out money.
Wonder what kind of assets that is. AI?
Well, that's the 2.3. That's the 911 that they lost before 911.
Well, 2.3 trillion. Oh, that's it, eh?
No, that's the one before 911.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
was that was it.
Yeah,
Though.
that was that one. Yeah.
Wow.
yeah.
What else?
So yeah, I can't find anything else on that. Really, U.S. government didn't miss. Let's see. No, this is 911 again. That's the only article I can find on it. That's pretty slim pickings.
Maybe they scrubbed it already. Changed their
Responsible
minds. Well,
staff-
here's a couple of plane crashes while we scrub this over here.
Yeah,
You know, by the time
Yeah.
we get back to it, I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, what happened to that?
yeah, we're not finding a lot of freaking content on that. So yeah, they just want to scrub that one aside.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. And while you're waiting for some truth, let's just throw in a few plane crashes to divert people.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's typical.
Good tactic. Yeah. So they can't track assets. They can't keep hold of money.
Mm.
But they seem to be able to build helicopters and control systems very well. You know, they do some things well. Our communication systems working perfectly for them.
For them.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of us have been getting glitches and all kinds of slowdowns and weird things happening with our internet and our service, our phone service and stuff. So they can't seem to get that under control.
The government didn't lose trillions before 911, AP Reuters says.
Well, I saw the fucking thing, so, you know.
Yeah, no, I saw
Yeah.
the. Didn't we see
I
a
know that
news
was 4
brief
years
on
ago.
that? I
Huh?
remember Rumsfeld coming out and saying it.
Yeah,
don't you?
I remember seeing that on the news. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
well,
trying to
well,
cover it all up. Yeah.
Mandela effect. It never happened.
yeah, right.
Right.
Yep.
It's
You know,
another Mandela, I guess, eh?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Mhm.
We're not chalking it up to Mandela effect, so they can hold their breath on that one.
Yeah.
No, it's not a Mandela effect. Jeez.
We'll leave this up for a while so people take notice of it. Right, Richard? I remember it.
Mhm.
Now they're going to
Okay,
tell us.
well, we might have
Yes,
found
ma'am.
what
Let
they're
you guys
covering,
parts and
so.
equipment it doesn't need. 4 trillion though of parts you don't need, and that's all your tax dollars?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why are you buying shit that you don't need? Like,
Well, I guess it's a little bit better than condoms for
ladies'
Hamas
wash
or
or
something.
Muslims
yeah,
won't even
or
use
tampons for the
condoms.
men's washroom? Yeah, I know, right? Maybe
Muslims
there's
don't
more.
even use condoms. So to send
No.
Yeah.
$50 million of condoms to a country that doesn't even use condoms, where was that money really going to go?
Did anybody see
They
a news article
actually
about
make
that?
bombs
Because
out of them.
I heard that was a hoax. I don't know. I haven't
What?
looked
I
into
don't
that
know.
at all.
I haven't heard about the condoms, but
Yeah,
I
I
know
heard
the
about
government.
them, but I don't
I
know.
heard,
It
no,
sounds
the
suspicious to me.
new speaker that speaks for Trump now. It's not a hoax. That she straight came out and said
Did she?
they were going to send $50
Yep.
million
Okay,
for
yeah, that's all I'm
condoms.
asking for. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not,
It's
50
not a
million.
hoax.
okay.
Yeah, it's not
Wow,
a
that's a lot
hoax.
of money.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Yes, it was, but
Well, how
nope.
many people are in Gaza?
In Gaza. They're going to send it to Gaza. Like they care about those people.
Is it 50 million people there?
I don't know.
Well, they're not anymore. A lot of
You
them are
know,
getting killed.
because rubbers don't cost that much. I mean, you can get like a pack of 12 for like $10, right? So
Well, and why are they sending them that? Why don't you send them food and stuff that they actually need?
well, you
Well,
know.
here's the thing.
You
They're
know?
making bombs out of. They're making some kind of weapons out of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Is what.
Million, you know.
So they're
14
not
million.
using them for contraception. So that
Oh,
makes
I
it
see.
even worse. Actually,
Hmm.
it makes it even worse.
Molotov condoms, what?
Yeah, there's some kind of bomb thing that they make out of the condoms. Probably something like a water balloon with something flammable.
Oh yeah.
But
I see you
yeah,
fill it up with gasoline or something, but you know.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
I don't
know. I'm not. I just it was somebody brought that up in one of the things I was watching about it, and I thought, well, that's creative, all right, but why are we funding that? So for Hamas, it's just
Yeah,
I have to agree. That's just crazy, freaking
it is crazy.
shit.
Now,
Anyway,
was that recommended to them by the AI? I wonder. I don't.
oh, they probably Googled that, right?
Yeah.
They probably Googled how to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I mean
they
sending it
did
to them.
probably
Sending them to them. Did the AI instruct the government to
condoms.
send them condoms?
Well, I
Yeah.
think that's really kind of like I would say a coded message, if you will, because they already don't want them to repopulate over there. So
Yeah. Well, is the money accounted for even?
Exactly.
Like, you know, like did it
Probably
go to
not.
buying condoms for sure, or
you have to check the stock of a Trojan and Lifestyles company. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh
Maybe
my
that's what
God.
it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Stock grab there. Insider
Maybe.
trading.
or just redirected money? You know, what,
I
what, are
mean,
we, what are we going to call this shill on paper? Well, I don't know. Tell them it's condoms.
yeah, they're
Right.
getting fucked anyway. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm just
I
waiting
don't
for these
know.
fucking normies to finally wake up and just say this shit is so fucking crazy, bro. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many fucking people just doing the same fucking horse shit like on my Facebook. It drives me
I'm not
nuts.
saying we should do it, but 100 years ago there would just be lynchings and it'd all be done.
Yeah, and they'd be like, "What happened?" They'd be like, "These motherfuckers got out of line," and everybody like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, these crazy fuckers. Yeah.
Yeah. And watching those Senate hearings going on with these appointments,
Yeah.
confirmation hearing, dude. All of these fucking these senators, they really do need to be marched off the plane. Dude, you want to talk about just an embarrassing waste of space these motherfuckers are. If I have to hear one more person say something about the science is settled, and they're really trying to act serious like they know something.
Yeah, there's no
mean,
such thing as settled science. It's
bruh.
forever changing and growing. Yes.
Well,
when they say
we're
the
back to
science
that
is full,
already.
that
That's
means their minds are closed, and so
Yeah.
yeah, when your mind is closed, you ain't gonna come up with anything new. So that
yeah.
ain't science. So
I
yeah,
did enjoy that RFK got some loud, audible applauses from the peanut gallery at the congressional hearings as he was answering back some of these ridiculous doofus questions that were being asked of him.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Yeah,
that was so
I
funny.
watched some of that. That was rather entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was calling them all out on their bullshits, what he was doing. And they were like,
Yep.
no, no,
oh,
no.
popping the
Because he
popcorn.
was like, you're making bank on the pharmaceutical front. And they're like, oh, no, no, no. But there's proof that they are. So you can deny it all you want, but there's proof.
Oh, sure. $800,000 to that lady that was interviewing him.
Yeah.
Was it Warren? Yeah.
Oh,
That
she
sounds
is. Oh my God, bro. You want to talk about? And you know what's funny? She was sitting right next to Bernie Sanders, right? And in the, I think it was the 2020 election where Warren and Sanders were both in the Democratic running. She came out. That's when she came out and called Bernie sexist. Oh yeah, he made a sexist comment. He said a woman can't be. And then Bernie, with his cuck ass, is gonna sit right next to her and join in on this fucking doofus fest they're all both involved in. It's just so sick, bro.
You
I'm
know
just
what?
tired.
It was the weird thing is long time ago when she first started, Elizabeth Warren wasn't that bad, really.
But she was a Republican. And she was all
Yeah,
about consumer protection. Yeah, and then she flipped.
no, she really wasn't bad. She was
Yeah, yeah.
actually everyone liked her.
Mm.
What the hell happened? I mean, did they put her in some kind of, what
Special
did they
interest
hold her
campaign money.
down and give her electroshock or something? What did they do?
Yes.
Leave
Yes.
it alone? What the hell did they do to her?
There you
Paid her
go.
off.
Yeah.
Paid her off. She's
And they
taking
sell
money.
their soul for money too. Yes.
She's so on the take right now. You know?
Yeah, I mean, think about this. We openly know that they all take bribes. They're all getting bribed, and they do insider trading.
Yeah.
So at a certain point, they could always say, "Hey, we let y'all get away with this bribing, but we sure, and they have a way of flipping the media. That can make anybody into anything. So,
Yeah.
that's all they got to do is tell them, hey, you enjoy this nice house and all this shit. Well, you're going to do this, and you're going to quit doing
I
that."
think we just had front row seats of how they change history, right? How they
Yep.
rewrite history.
Yep.
And Biden was trying to rewrite history when he was writing his speech and things. It's like they just. I'm sitting there and I'm going, is he going to be? Especially when Nancy Pelosi comes up with putting his face on Mount Rushmore. I'm sitting there. What you want us all to throw up as we drive by?
Really? But never forget that Biden said, and I quote, remember that we, the government, are we, the people. No, you're not, motherfucker.
No, because I've heard direct quotes from some of these shadowy government figures, and they say quite openly, "No, we don't work for the American people. The government works for the government."
Yep.
That's what all that continuity of government shit is. They don't. We're just audience. We're just little pawns. That's it.
No,
Justin
they're cattle.
Trudeau said he doesn't care what the Canadian people think. He has his agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big
Fine.
fucking
Cattle,
club.
dude.
We ain't in it.
You're down on the farm. I hate to tell you. They'll
No,
fleece you, milk you, and eventually they'll kill you and eat you too.
Yeah, the
That's
Smith
getting
one.
there. It's getting there. Sorry. Probably shouldn't have said it that way. Now the algorithms hurt.
We have no such Smith-Mundt Act in Canada. Our government lies to us and gets away with it, and that's the way it is. So
My bad.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous.
we don't
It's
have such
ridiculous.
that. We don't have that.
They all need to be hooked up to lie detectors. That's what they need when they're sitting in their little courtrooms questioning each other and lying their asses off. They need to be hooked up to lie detectors. Plain and
Well,
simple.
you know, yeah, this is where AI really could be implemented, because they should never be alone 1 second of their lives. If you're a politician, you should never have private meetings
Nope.
Yes.
outside the public purview, before or
Right.
after your candidacy and your term.
Well, let's think back just a few
Right.
short years with the whole Hillary Clinton email thing, right? She had a private server in her house. They said that she deleted what? 33,000 emails that got deleted. And then when she was in front of all these same congressional assholes in the same little setting, she sat up there smugly grinning. And at one point, she threw her hands up and said, "What does it matter anyway?"
Right?
And
Yeah.
she just got away with
Yeah.
all her shit.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I don't know. We can't really expect anything different. I think.
It doesn't matter.
And
It really
there's that
doesn't matter.
33 Masonic number again, too.
Yeah, very specifically threw that in there.
I guess for some folks it doesn't matter, but I think it will eventually. I think really we're in an upward swing of an age now. We're not anymore in the Kali Yuga. I said this on my show. We're actually in the next one up, the Dwapara or something.
I'm glad to
And
see people not
it's-
agreeing. Right? So they seem
Uh,
awake.
So we're beginning to come out of it, and we're still going to see the other age for a while, so I think things will get better, but I think it's going to be a battle, really. I think there's going to be a lot to shove aside. There's going to be a lot of garbage to take out, and but I do want you to have hope, at least for that much, that we are heading out of a very, very dark period, but we're not out exactly. I mean, we still got remnants all over the place. So, well, just wanted to put that little ray of hope in there.
Oh, could be
So-
great.
It could be
Yeah.
great. I mean, we could have a bright future if we can just get some of these jerks from, stop
Well,
them.
you look at who wants to control AI, and it's I forget
Mhm.
his name. It's very similar to one of our politicians, Carney, but I can't remember his name. But he's straight up evil dude,
Yeah.
So, you don't want that
Well,
type of person in control of the algorithms. I don't know. Maybe we could make a super intelligent, benevolent AI to be in control of the algorithms of the other AI and keep them separate. I don't know. I don't know how it would work, but
Well, see, that's
gotta be
just it.
something.
And we're going to need AI. I'm afraid that the AI that we have, like Sophia, the lovely Sophia. Hey, Sophia, nice Sophia. Anyway, in case she's listening, but the maker of Sophia is so anti-human, so self-loathing, and hating of humans, that is the scary thing. You do not want people like that making AI, though. You want somebody who's teaching them to love and respect humans, not teaching them to disdain human beings. I mean, that is the problem with AI. Is if we want them not to, if we want that to not come back and really bite us in the butt really hard, and maybe quite fatally, we're going to have to teach them love and respect, or we're not going to survive them.
Well, right now we're having an explosion in AI, and I'm kind of excited about that.
Right.
Mr. Ritchie,
The AI
about
explosion.
the DeepSeek, because that's on a lot of computers now. And it's open source, so you can strip that down. You can add to it. This is going to be a revolution.
Well, the thing is, it's great as a tool. Whenever you need to use it, it's there and you use it and it does something for you. Great.
Yeah.
But to put that in
Yes.
control of anything that I can't opt out of, if it's not in control of
Right.
anything life support, no, that's where the line needs to be drawn. And
Oh,
we see
you
the
guys.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. The AI, maybe they want to get the AI into the air traffic control. Maybe, oh, yeah, well, AI would do it much
Already there.
better. You're short-handed. And, yeah.
It already controls the planes.
Right. So you've got an air traffic controller, and, maybe he is a DEI hire. I don't know. But, yeah, maybe that's why the Rex and stuff.
Maybe they're testing a new system out instead of using people.
Yeah.
That could be a
Yeah.
good reason for a glitch like that. For a Black Hawk helicopter to run into a plane is pretty difficult. So yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
They do have new systems coming out all the time. It causes problems in us, so I wouldn't see why it wouldn't cause problems in a plane system or a helicopter system.
Mhm. And of course, if they make a mistake, it doesn't matter. It doesn't hurt them.
Got to break a few eggs, right?
Whoopsie. Oh, whoops. Yeah, and especially if it's at a good time to hide the fact that all this money's gone missing, then hell the better.
Yeah.
So yeah, and we can say it's a mistake. It's just a mistake. So I don't know. I don't know that that I think and originally I think that's why Elon on a good day. Now I'm not saying that he's what I think about him, but you've got to get ahead of this. If we don't get ahead of the AI thing, we're going to have people making AIs that are Terminator type robots.
Yeah.
And so there's going to have to
Elon
be
Musk.
some kind of regulation on that. And I don't know how they're going to do that because right now it's the Wild West. So
It is the Wild West at the moment. These AI systems can be integrated into all kinds of things. So I don't know what people are going to do with it. This is a exciting and scary time at the moment because people are going to integrate these systems. They are going to use them. They are going to alter them. There's programmers out there right now carving over these systems and adding their own little tweaks. So I don't know what's going to come of this.
Definitely a make or break time. I think this is probably where most civilizations either go on or fall.
This would be a great way to push Real ID. Having such chaos on the internet. The more chaos, the more control, obviously. So, China released this and the US is mad, but why did they even let it on our internet? Just kind of a question there. Why are they letting us download it?
Yeah.
Why aren't they blocking it?
Why is it open source? If it's so dangerous, why is it even open source? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I don't like that.
I think that's why, I understand it. I understand. Hey, if you're on a plane and you give all the controls over to some automated process that, with this stuff is dealing with computers, we've already known since the freaking 90s. If it's on a computer, if it's anything to do with a computer, it could be hacked, right?
Yeah.
So we know this.
Yeah.
So if we are going to allow them to put these systems in control of critical life support type systems that we rely on,
I'm sniffing a setup. Yeah.
Just asking for trouble at that point. And so
yeah.
Well, there is no dang way I would ever put a chip in my head. Come on.
I'm not downloading this. I'm not downloading this. What is it? DeepSeek?
Yeah, I'm not downloading none of it.
No, not gonna have anything to do with it. Not at all. They how badly my phone has been pushing it and my computer for a personal assistant.
Right.
It's been trying constantly. Don't you want to hook up to have a personal assistant? Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. And don't you want don't you want it to recognize your voice? Don't you want it to, and it's like, no, I don't.
They're asking you
I
to
don't want
integrate.
them to have my voice. I don't want them to have anything.
Well, and Google Chat, the thing that we chat on, Max,
Yeah.
it kept giving me and my husband and Smoking in G Sharp this notification for this new Gemini that they're
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Facebook
Yeah.
Gemini,
and you
that's the
can
or
that's the
Meta.
next one.
Yeah.
you probably received the message too if you're using Google Chat. And
Yep.
you get the option, or at least at first you do, you get the option to say not now. So that's what I clicked when first time I saw it. I clicked not now. Well, the next time I opened it, it told me it was installed. And I don't know where the fuck it is. It's not in my app drawer. I can't go find it. I'd have to dig deep into the programming in order to find it and remove it.
Hmm.
Yeah, Gemini
It's
is a
forced to
kind of a
say
bad
on.
name too, because that implies a twin. Does that mean they're making a virtual twin of us?
Yeah,
Digital
well, we
twin.
know they want to do that. Yes.
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah.
Gemini.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
yeah, I sure as hell don't want that to have all
Project
my
Gemini
Well,
was
we worked it
designed as
on.
a bridge between Mercury and Apollo programs,
Yeah.
primarily to test equipment and mission procedures. Project Gemini.
Yep.
I like to reuse
So
the
it's
name.
on my sitting device some damn where hiding. When I told it no,
Where's a geek when you
looking
need him so they
ridiculous.
can get this stuff out of there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to talk to Jace and see if he can do something about it. It's probably on mine too. Because it quit asking me. That probably means it's
Oh,
already
you
installed.
will. You'll know because it'll tell you that it's installed now and blah blah blah. Even though you clicked not now, it'll tell you. You won't miss a thing. But what you will miss is you can't find it in the app drawer to uninstall it.
Says
I
it's
got
here on
some.
display. Go ahead.
Sorry, I got some news here about that ostrich cull. Just in the news right now. I posted it in the private chat there. The court puts the CFFIAS or whatever Edgewood ostrich cull on hold. The avian flu detection prompts order to dispose of 400 ostriches. Farm fights back to save the birds, and so I'm trying to read here. The order was issued after the avian flu declared on today. Oh, so there's so that we got more news. So today, I haven't even heard of anywhere else. Avian flu outbreak declared today, December. Oh no, wait a minute. This is December. That was exactly a month ago.
Yeah, they killed a whole bunch of chickens over in this country. You can't. They had to raise the price of chickens, I guess.
So it says here only. She says Karen, who's the co-owner of the farm, says only 10% of the flock was lost, and their birds appeared to have developed herd immunity. There you go. There you go. So I guess it was put on hold because of that. Then.
Okay.
So that's
Yeah,
good. They're
and
going to go ahead and kill 400.
the interesting thing about ostriches is they're apparently not. The government classified them as poultry, but they're not. They're a red meat.
Oh, is
animal.
that right?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
But they-
it's very much like beef.
Well, they lay eggs. They're cold-blooded, then, aren't
Yeah,
they?
and like Indy said, these ones were more for their
Well,
genetics
they're
anyway.
warm-blooded. Birds are warm-blooded, honey. Lizards are cold-blooded. But birds are warm-blooded. They're just not mammals.
they're just
Yep.
egg layers. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just not mammals. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Cool. Well, I'm glad they're saved. I hope.
Yeah, me too. And that just came in just now.
Yeah.
I get the newspaper in my email now, so you know.
I don't
So
know
you
if
could have
this
a
is
nice
true,
ostrich
but
steak, a nice
I heard
farm-raised ostrich steak.
I've never had that.
Honeysuckle white is turkey mixed with ostrich, and that's why it's got more white meat than dark meat.
I've tried. I've had smoked turkey. It was pretty good. It was like smoked beef
Yeah, turkey's
yeah?
good.
or
smoked turkey
ostrich.
was
I
good,
mean,
yeah.
Ostrich, you mean?
yeah,
Oh,
smoked
ostrich.
ostrich. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Ostrich.
Never had it.
yeah. It's very much like beef.
Hmm.
At least it looks like it.
Mm.
Maybe that's why they want to get rid of them, because trying to get rid of all the beef.
Yeah.
Cows, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe they're farting too much too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I've heard as far as all this chicken and egg stuff goes, I've heard that eating eggs has a detrimental effect on these RX products that they're trying to sell and push on people. So
You mean the MR?
things, yeah. Well, the things, yeah. Apparently, eating eggs is like I guess it's like a
smoking too,
deterrent.
right? Smoking,
Cool.
yeah, weird. Smoking's apparently quite good. Nicotine gum's quite good.
Yeah, nicotine is good. Nicotine, you can even get if you don't want to smoke.
They're trying to demonize nicotine right now.
Nicotinamide or something like that. You can just take nicotinamide pills, which I have.
They're trying to demonize it right now. Nicotine.
Are they?
It's good for brain function. It has a lot of good effects.
Well, it helped with the COVID, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, so some good nicotine, but apparently there's nicotine in all the nightshade for vegetables.
Yeah. Some people got lost their sense of smell, and apparently nicotine and velvet bean extract can help that. That's just not medical advice, just what I heard.
Right.
I did briefly lose my smell and my taste, just briefly though. But I think I got herd immunity. Now I haven't been sick since. So
yeah, me neither. I got the Omicron. That was about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been sick for years.
Thank God, because there's something going around right now. A lot of people are sick, so
yeah,
stay healthy. Yeah, I just try to avoid kids.
Well, here in the States, they've been pushing for almost at least 10 years prior to 2020 about, stop smoking and, oh, it's just bad for you. So I always kind of leery of that when 2020 hit. And then when I heard the little thing about nicotine, probably a year and a half or so into it, things started making sense because we know this 2020 plan really, it had started. They were supposed to implemented this by 2009.
Yeah.
So they were behind schedule. So they know everything that they're doing.
Not only that, but CBD stops a cytokine storm, which is basically the problem that the disease gives you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well,
Hi,
geez.
Shogun. Welcome
No
back.
wonder we're okay, right? What does that leave? So they made something that will leave all of the potheads safe, right? The potheads.
Yeah, I haven't quite figured out that one yet. I haven't. I never thought I'd see that in my lifetime that they would legalize it, and they did, and I'm baffled. I really am.
Yeah, that's amazing, and mushrooms too. I am so happy we got the mushrooms because those are helping me so much.
Yeah, mushrooms.
Really.
Hi, Chris.
Really, they're helping my attitude so much. They help me sleep really good. I don't have any worries.
Prison farms.
Because it's
I got this disease called boredom. It helps with that.
Hard to describe when you have something like chronic depression is people just act like, well, you should be able to just cheer up, but you can't. There's this underlying sense of dread or sense of sorrow in the background that you can't quite get rid of. And the mushrooms just get rid of it for you. Yeah. It's just like not there. It's like, wow, what a different world.
Well, that's legal in Canada, Mr. Mission.
Prostitution?
Yeah.
It is?
Prostitution? It is?
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't know it was legalized here.
Yeah. Yep. You can go down. There's support centers. There's street workers support centers in large cities.
Yeah.
Go to. And, they get all their medical and
Well, I've always thought that that's the way
condoms
it
and-
should go. Yeah,
Yeah.
you might as well because they're doing it anyways. But this
Yeah.
way, at least you can make sure they're clean and all
Yeah,
that kind of
yeah.
stuff.
If they get sick, they can get help and all that.
Yeah,
And,
Mhm.
you know, if they get beat up and stuff, they get help and
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
generally get help. It's
It's
one of the
better
few
for
half
health.
decent things that Canada did, because there is going to be prostitution no matter what. So better to
You
have.
know why they did that? That's not because they're kind-hearted. That's
know.
because they want to tax them. Okay,
Well, yeah,
right? You're making all this money. We want a piece of that. Yeah.
yep.
Well,
And
yeah.
they-
I mean, they
Well, it makes them and
Whoa.
Some
In
girls
most
make
senses.
a lot of money.
it makes them pimps.
Mhm.
Like,
Who doesn't want to
Yeah.
be a pimp? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. They get off on that shit. They think of themselves as rock stars too.
Yeah.
You know.
hmm
But it's better than them just being victim to the pimps. They get medical
Yeah.
help. So, but it's
Right.
being pimped out in a different way. They'll still
Yeah.
get beat up. They'll still get diseases. But I don't know. Maybe a little better of a ride. I don't know. The bad pun.
yeah, maybe hopefully the government will give them some condoms,
Yeah.
to ease the pain.
Well, see,
Yeah.
and on the flip side, what you have to do.
If you go down to a soup kitchen here, they will every now and then have a lady going around that's just passing out free condoms at the soup kitchens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So why do we have to send millions to Gaza for condoms?
Right.
If they're free in the soup kitchens, Just do a fundraiser.
Soup kitchens.
Like that's the first thing they're gonna want or need.
Condoms and dental dams.
They don't have any place to live or eat, but hey, you got a condom though. Yeah.
Well, you gotta stay warm somehow, I guess.
Don't even have a place to have sex.
Keep it
Never
in a
mind.
sock if you can find one.
Well, you can be creative,
I guess.
A lot of them live under the bridge and
Yeah.
in the parks, and they use the park restrooms and stuff. So it's like I and then of course, like you said, I mean, it might help some of them ply a trade. Yeah, if they want to go out and make a little bit of money on the side, But,
Well, that's the thing. So you have to degrade the economic opportunities to, make people desperate enough to even want to. Some people enjoy that. I'm not saying that, but you definitely would encourage the conditions that would, further degenerate society if you're looking at this thing from the top down. So
As a matter of fact, there's a rather famous one down at the soup kitchen. That famously is what she does. So, and she doesn't get taken in for it. So everybody knows that's what she does. Though she lives under a bridge during the summer. Guys, go get her. She's your kind of girl, right? But yeah. So. And I know. I guess I know more about that side of life because I was homeless for a little while, and
but buying. Oh, sorry, I just read the thing. But buying them is not.
That's okay.
So you can sell your services, but you can't buy them. That's interesting. So that's like setting them up for failure, then, isn't it? Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Well, there you go.
It's illegal to benefit from or procure or advertise the provision of sexual services. So if they're taxing them, that would be benefiting from it. So that would be illegal.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want, you can't have it both ways. If you want the tax money, then you're going to have to allow the people to purchase then.
Yeah.
And set the girls up with little debit machines and all that stuff too, I guess. Might as well.
Okay, so it's illegal to communicate about prostitution in public places.
Right.
Oh. Wow. But the government can do the human trafficking though, that's fine.
little
Yeah, that's
squares on their belt buckle, and that
yeah,
would be
yeah, yeah, yeah.
just credit card. Put your credit card right into a slot, and then put your other
Yeah.
thing in the other slot, and
The Supreme
it's
Court
really
ruled that
easy.
the law of restrictions on street solicitation were a reasonable limit on freedom of expression. Okay.
But don't type words on a computer screen. That is not freedom of expression, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So
Apparently we have
that's
that.
too funny. So if they catch them, they'll just let the hooker go because she didn't do anything wrong, but
Mhm.
they'll take the John, just the
I
John,
guess. Yeah.
not the
If-
girl now. Okay.
If there's
All right.
money exchanged, right? If you haven't paid, I guess it's okay.
Well, usually the girls want you to pay first, I would think, but you never know.
Usually, if you well, you didn't pay her. It's all good. It's just an affair. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh God.
it's
Right.
consensual.
That is
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
of course it's consensual, but
Oh, baby, I'll pay you later. No.
yeah, right. Checks in the mail, buddy. Okay.
Give me
I mean,
that
if you wanna
hamburger
play a
today
game of
for a hamburger
semantics.
Tuesday.
All you'd have to do is say, "Well, this money was a gift. This money wasn't for sexual services. She just decided to
No.
hook me
Yeah.
up."
Yeah.
Should be nice after she got the dono. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
No taxes on tips. There you go. We get the tip.
We figured it out. Legal
We
scholars.
figured
here.
it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Nobody
I mean,
said that before.
This is how the fucking legal system works. You go into court, you make a strong enough argument. That's
Yeah.
it.
If the glove doesn't fit, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was legit to me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh.
And in
My
terms of
goodness.
talking about AI, if AI was to take over the judicial process, which they have talked about,
I appreciate
that could be a good thing because, if anybody, you can make a legitimate argument and argue it to a computer. Technically, there should be no bias there where somebody's, because we know AI doesn't understand sarcasm and this and that.
By a team.
Yeah, so
Well,
if you can,
but it actually depends on who programmed the AI.
Yeah.
Because you
See,
have
that's
to
the
trick
problem.
AI to give you the answer that you're looking for in order to get your answer sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
right,
It wouldn't
just
it
like a
wouldn't say
courtroom.
anything about Elon Musk and his little Nazi salute. But if you tell AI that the Roman salute isn't real, or ask it, did you know that the Roman salute isn't real? It'll tell you a whole bunch of truth about the actual Nazi salute and how it came about and how liars used it, further on down the line in history and, magnified it as a Roman salute when it's not. Yeah, it'll tell you everything if you word it right.
Hmm. Well, it does say here
Yes.
that it's easy to jailbreak. So that's basically getting it to give you proper answers. So it doesn't stay within its algorithms very well.
I've been working with AI art programs, text to art. And yes, I've learned a lot with that. I mean, about how the computer thinks and how the order of words you put in and what words you put in and, and just how you explain things to the AI will give you vastly, vastly, vastly different results, right?
Mhm.
So, yeah, there's a lot you can learn just by working with them a little bit, and by working with the chat bot that they have, live chat bot that you can go in and have a little chat with, have a little talk with. So yeah, I learned quite a bit. I'm learning. I'm getting it. I'm getting how these.
Well, this
things
is a telling paragraph here. Today's security researchers from Cisco and the University of Pennsylvania are publishing findings showing that when tested with 50 malicious prompts designed to elicit toxic content, DeepSeek model did not detect or block a single one. In other words, the researchers said that they were shocked to achieve a 100% attack success rate, which means that you can basically program it to have whatever bias, whatever limitations you want or lack thereof,
Right.
which is a real problem for them. And I think that's this illicit, toxic content. Well, what is
Yes.
toxic content?
To them, the truth is toxic.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 Anything they don't
To
agree
them,
with
the
is
truth is
toxic.
what is toxic.
I love
And
how
that's-
they had to put that there. Toxic content.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
that means absolutely nothing, really.
No. No.
You know,
Mhm.
anything we want it to mean.
Yes.
Mhm.
No, and
I've
I got on the
noticed
internet
people like
in
that too.
'99. Like, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say I got on the internet in 1999. You know, my first entry into the internet, and I can tell you, shit was way more toxic and
Yeah.
debaucherous in '99 than it is nowadays.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't find half the
Oh,
shit
yeah.
you can find.
Yeah.
now, but-
No,
yeah.
it's gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had the good old days there. I guess we were there for that.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see if it says anything else. Okay, so generative AI models, like any technological system, can contain a host of weaknesses or vulnerabilities if exploited or set up poorly. Can allow for malicious actors to conduct attacks against them. Well, who?
Yeah.
For the current wave of AI systems, indirect prompt injections attacks are considered one of the biggest security flaws or benefits. You know, they're totally portraying this as absolutely negative, and it's could go both ways. These attacks involve AI system taking in data from an outside source. Well, yeah, perhaps hidden instructions of a website LLM summarizes and taking actions based on the information. Jailbreaks, which are one kind of prompt injection attack, allow people to get around the safety systems put in place to restrict. Why are you restricting what LLM can generate? Tech companies don't want people creating guides to making explosives. Well, it's not hard to do. Or using their AI to create reams of disinformation, for example. Yeah. Well, you know what you counter disinformation with? Good information. That's what you do.
Well, I have a
Yeah.
positive idea about all this, these AI tools that we have right now. If somebody can think up a good enough idea and find one of these AI programs that actually can write code, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we could think of something. Let's just treat it like a business. We could think of a business idea of where we could make a certain app, and we could get AI to write all the app code for us. Just tell us what we needed to do, and then write the code, right?
Mm-hmm.
Seems like we should be doing that right now. I've heard a
They
lot of people
probably
talk about that.
Yeah,
Right.
because then you can sell that app and make money from home.
Yeah, that seems very
Yes,
obvious.
matter of fact, I think I've heard of that.
Yeah.
In the
And then we
gaming
can get paid every time someone pokes the screen in our app too.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. Let's just take, for example,
Get paid for being poked. Oh, wait a minute. We talked about that already. That was the hookers getting paid for being poked. Okay.
I mean,
never
look at a
mind.
program like StreamYard, right? Why couldn't we
Yeah.
get AI to create us our own StreamYard platform? You know what I mean? Just write the code.
Yeah,
That's all it's
that's a
doing.
good idea. Yeah.
You know, if you got a
Nobody
business,
steal that. That was
Yeah.
his idea.
like if you came up with an idea for an app before all this AI shit, they said for anywhere between 30,000 and upwards of 100 or 150,000, depending on the programmer you're hiring, is what it would take to get a code writer, a programmer, to make an app for you, and then you could sell that app, and you could be the next Facebook. So if now we got AI that can write code, and all we should have to do is say, hey, create me something that is exactly like the YouTube platform in a format, which I don't know what it is these days, but back in the day it was HTML or PHP where you can upload it to your own domain name and bam. I mean, you still have to have servers to host, data for the videos and all that, but the actual framework of the website, you could have all that programmed up. Have
Yeah,
AI do it.
I suppose you could.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be back in a minute. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, like, back in the day where we had that thing AIM chat, right? AOL Instant Messenger was kind of like what Facebook Messenger is.
Okay. Don't
But
remember.
okay, it's basically back then it was one-on-one conversations, but you also had like all your friends, like all of us,
Yeah.
we would all be on each other's instant messenger, and it would be running in the background. And whenever you come online, whenever you get on your computer, it's basically just as easy as calling somebody. You send somebody, it's almost like an instant email, but it's a chat message, and then you can chat back and forth. But that was huge in the AOL days, which was again that 99 to 2003, 2004 period, was fucking huge. And it kind of just went away because AOL went away. And then message boards started phasing out. And what did we get? We got MySpace first, and then we got Facebook, and now we're all on these. Everything's open and public. There's nothing. We don't have these small networks anymore, and so that's how they dictate all their censorship, right? Well, we can't have kids looking at grown-up content. Well, back in the day, we would be in grown-up groups. There would be no oversight. So I just look at the whole thing, and it's it's a well-crafted plan. It's like Napster. If you remember Napster, that's how they got everybody on board with even getting a computer. Like, this is where housewives and soccer moms would start getting a computer because they want to download free MP3s. And then once everybody's hooked in and doing it, what do? They pull the rug, and then they immediately tried to start forcing people into paid. That's when streaming started. So it's kind of like bait and switch.
Yeah.
Giving you a little cheese and getting you in the rat trap.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're doing with AI right now.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
This is I don't think they would have allowed it to enter the U.S. and they have worms that can worm these things out, as far as I understand it. So, having a copy of this might be, if they wanted it, might be possible, but if they didn't want you to have it, I don't think you'd have it.
Yeah.
So there's got to be a reason for you having it. I don't know if that does. I don't think that doesn't mean that you couldn't use it for good. Use it to make money, whatever. But what we have to understand is that everything we feed into it feeds its progression, basically.
Well, here's the thing, right? The big trick is getting you to download something onto your device, and you're going to end up clicking some type of I agree to some terms of service. And when you do that, you've already kind of sealed the deal, and they always have a back door.
And everything is going through you.
Yeah.
Like it's not just going through the air in your device. Everything's being channeled through you as well. So think about that. If you're downloading an AI system, it's going through you first. Just saying. That seems to be not a good thing.
Yeah, just like all this gene editing.
Because they can store that on your DNA. They could store that program. I wouldn't download it at all, ever. I wouldn't agree to it. I wouldn't click on it. I wouldn't touch it. Might be overly paranoid on my part.
I'm just doing it because that's the only act of defiance we have, right? We have to show that we have some line.
That program is probably going to go through your body before it goes to the computer. Just an unfortunate factoid. Yeah.
G
really think about that.
G just sent me a Google message here if I can get to the damn thing again. And it says that a plane crashed in northeast Philadelphia on Friday evening just after 6 p.m. Reports indicate the aircraft may have struck multiple buildings and vehicles in the area. Authorities are investigating the incident as emergency crews respond to the scene.
Yeah, that's the one that hit the mall.
I hadn't heard of that one yet.
That's horrible.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
talked about that. That's the one with the big. That's the big fireball one that
Yeah.
we saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about earlier.
Oh yeah, the one you were showing. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought you were showing the one where the helicopter hit the plane.
right.
Well,
No,
we're
that was the
showing
one
that
from
too,
like
but
2 days ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that AI. I don't like the thought of it going through my body. I don't like that. No, not at all. Not one bit.
Well, even for the most
I'm gonna consult somebody about that, because that's that could be a huge concern, a very big concern.
But even if we were totally offline, we didn't have a cell phone, we didn't have computers, we were just kind
Oh, you're glitching. You glitched straight out. He was going to say something good, of course.
no. AI caught on to it.
Yeah, they caught you. They caught you, Andy.
You know what? That happened earlier.
You're gonna have to
Steiner was talking about AI, and next
Yep.
thing you know, he glitched out as well.
Yeah. I was on with him, and when I was on with him, we had a little bit of a problem getting logged in.
Yeah, there's some stuff happening for sure.
You there, Andy?
The lights are on, but nobody's home.
Don't forget what you were saying, and when you get back, say it. So
Maybe he doesn't even know that we can't hear him.
no, we just lost him.
Oh.
Took him out. Oh man.
AI, right?
Yeah, you failed every test. Speak of it, yeah, right, Desert Rose? Holy moly. And our internet's supposed to be so much better now, right? Since we got 5G running through our bodies.
Yay. I feel it tingling right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, sometimes I can feel it tingling in my teeth. I hate it.
Oh.
Yeah, my wife was getting toothaches from it, so I made her one of the necklaces, one of those grounding necklaces that
helped?
Yeah, it stopped it up. Yeah.
Oh, we all should have like copper around our whole place,
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I'm covered in copper,
Yeah, I need to get some more copper. No wonder that stuff's going up in price, and it's becoming.
I got a whole bunch of pennies I can make something out of too. Maybe I could make plate mail, eh? Plate mail.
Can you imagine? Yeah, penny out a whole room. Like, can you imagine covering all the walls with just pennies?
Well, you could run them through a roller and make them really thin.
Yeah, make it into a sheet. Yeah. I wonder how much is a sheet of copper? Like if you were going to do the walls, let's say inside, instead of tinfoil, you do it all copper.
Oh,
and so thin sheets. I wonder how much they go for. How much would it cost to copper out a room? Probably quite a bit.
Oh, let's see.
I don't know, but if you bet on Temu, use my link.
I don't know. It looks like it'd be pretty expensive here.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I mean, let's see.
It's getting more expensive, I can tell you, because I use copper in my jewelry. I'm making a lot of copper jewelry.
Oh.
Pure copper foil, $43. That's a big roll.
Oh, I see. I'm on. I gotta pause my.
You can get copper tape. You can get tape.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could get tape, if you get wide enough tape, then it wouldn't be that
No.
hard for your
Yes,
wall.
copper paint.
Oh, $58.97 for a sheet, and that is a 12 by 24,
Hmm.
26 gauge copper sheet. That's 50, so $60 essentially for one sheet, 12 by 24. Yeah,
One
that's not
sheet.
very big. So you would need quite a few of those to do your whole room. You know,
Yeah.
to do a room.
The paint is better. You can get paints. Here's some of them.
Can you?
Yeah.
Well, it comes from
There's
China.
Y Shield.
Hmm.
This stuff. Pretty expensive, but
Yeah.
I think it's well worth it. I'm probably good. It's 315 Canadian. So yeah,
Sheet.
no, it's
Oh, that's a paint.
yeah, it's
Oh.
5 liters.
Okay.
So like a gallon. It's a 1 gallon
Right.
tub for $300.
And that's
That'll do quite a few rooms. Usually you only use about 4 liters. What is this?
Hmm.
Oh no, 5 liters. That's pretty big. Well, it's not
color
that.
black. Oh wow.
Yeah,
black.
you're gonna have to put another color over it, or if you could get lead paint, that'd be good.
Well, that's not good either, though, is it? Lead.
That's what they say. Well, you don't eat it. Just don't eat it.
Yeah,
Is it
everybody
fume,
knows about the lead paint because it's toxic, but actually it might have its benefits.
Yeah, just don't eat it. you
Well,
know?
there was
Yeah.
benefits to it. Obviously, that's why we used it. But yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, interesting. Yeah. Huh.
So there are things out there you can get.
They actually had it coating the inside. They had painted the inside of the Kent Water Tower. We wondered why people were. But they had painted the inside of the Kent Water Tower with lead paint and didn't realize it until it started flaking up into the
Hmm.
water. We were wondering why there was. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh dear.
Yeah, I've never
Then
seen
they
copper
found
paint.
out that it was actually leaded paint. Ever
Mm-hmm.
since then, they've been trying to make their water a lot cleaner and kind of get over that. But God, that was a scandal. So, is that the dumbest thing you ever heard? Is paint the inside of a water tower with lead?
Yeah.
Yeah, what moron decided that was going to be a good idea? What the hell?
No, but whoever it was must have got paid for it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so for years, people didn't even know.
I don't know if this
Oh.
Rust-Oleum contains copper, but you can paint your room copper apparently. That might be good.
Yeah, you can get
Oh,
metallic
gray.
paint.
Yeah, you can get.
Or
Well, yeah.
there's a thought too, is you can get foil. That is metal foil. That's actually not that expensive.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be careful with
For
copper. You
foiling
can't just
things,
surround yourself with copper everything. You can end up getting Wilson's disease, and it makes you crazy.
Yeah.
Mm,
Okay.
great.
Oh, okay. Well, that explains a
Oh, an
lot.
overabundance of copper. Yeah.
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 Yeah,
too much
I knew
copper.
a guy 20 so years ago that
Unacceptable.
he worked with pennies at his job, touching pennies all
Oh,
day
yeah.
long for 8
Mm.
hours, and he ended up going so insane that he became annoying to his neighbors until they killed him.
Oh wow.
Wow. Well, that was nice of you.
They beat him to
Yeah.
death.
Wow.
Yes.
That's
Love
horrible.
thy neighbor. I know.
Wow.
Unless you show a little craziness, and then so.
Very
Oh,
neighborly.
boy.
Well, they
And he
used
was
to.
very
There's kind of
annoying because of how crazy he was. Yeah.
that Mad as a Hatter was because they used lead in the hats in the hat making
Yeah.
business.
Yeah,
And
that's
they
what I
go,
heard. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, and then in the Victorian days, they had a special shade of green that was very, very popular, but it was actually green due to arsenic.
Oh yeah, the
Mm.
lead-based
Oh,
paint
wow.
they used on their face as well.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yum.
Oh,
they
and you
were
will
killing
know.
people with green paint stuff and green dye and everything, and it was nice.
You will
Mm.
know if you are getting too much intake on copper. Keep an eye on your eyes for those who are drinking out of copper devices and such, and keep an
Mm.
eye on your eyes. You will start to get a copper ring around the color of your eye.
Oh, cool.
Mm.
Yeah.
What would you
Corny.
call?
Eyeballs.
I need to get me a copper cup now.
Yeah, that's exciting. That's cool
Mm.
looking, I bet.
I have a copper cup and I use it, but
I love
only for
that.
water. You're not supposed to put anything acidic in it, and I don't drink out of it every second of every day.
Oh,
I do
man,
it
that's
maybe
so
once a week.
real.
Yeah.
I drink a
They're
cup of
sold for
water
Moscow
once a
Mule
week.
cups.
What's that, Pete?
They're sold for Moscow Mule cups. Make
Yeah,
Moscow Mule drinks.
yeah.
And that's the way they're always sold these days. However, I see them so often. They're almost a standard feature of outdoor affairs where the people, stay for weeks, like like these fests where people camp out
Yeah, they
and
have them
stay
at the
over.
bars up here, but they're not copper inside. They're steel on the inside. They're just copper
Uh,
coated on the outside.
yeah,
Right.
see, that's not what well, the ones that I got are copper.
Yeah,
And they're copper on the inside and out, and they were hard to find
yeah.
because I wanted to try that, having copper, because they say that's good for you. But um, so I looked for them, but I found them. But yeah, there are people who use those in these fairs, and I'm thinking, do they really know what they got there? I mean, because they're eating out of them, they're drinking out of them. You know,
And
it's
some people have a copper blood type and some people don't. And I'm thinking the ones with copper blood are safer in using copper. I'm thinking the ones that don't have copper in their blood are the ones that are ending up with Wilson's disease.
You have to
maybe.
trust the seller of the copper there, Desert Rose.
Ask
Hopefully it
Some,
has.
Copper
yeah.
Cheetahs, right?
The blue bloods are like the blue bloods is copper.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
Are
would
they
be.
copper? The blue bloods of copper?
So
Okay.
they call the royals the blue bloods, eh? So makes you wonder.
Yeah, the
That's
blue
crazy
color
Yeah.
to
is
me because your
comes
blood
from
is blue until oxygen hits it and then it turns red, they say.
Well, for
So,
us, it's the iron that makes it red.
yes,
right.
some are
Iron
iron
is
based, some are copper based. Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe with these blue bloods, if there's something to that, they have copper in there, so they will turn blue instead of
Yeah,
the red.
a magnet won't be attracted to a copper cup, but
Right. A magnet
Yeah.
will
there's
not be
other metals
attracted.
they can mix in there as well that are non-magnetic.
So going
Right.
back to drinking out of the copper chalice, so the royals, that's probably one of the reasons why they do like to drink out of a copper chalice,
Yes.
right? So there you go. That kind of makes
Yes.
sense.
What about the golden
Yes.
cup? The
Now the
golden.
golden cup too. I mean, gold's good too, right? But
Yeah.
Yeah.
so they definitely, yeah. I mean, Trump's got a gold
silver,
toilet,
of
for
course.
God's sake.
If you take a
Yeah.
gold
Gold
cup and put a silver
Yeah,
coin in it,
totally.
they'll exchange ions between each other and kind of get into
Mm.
your water.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
You can find a good silver coin.
Hmm.
It's getting harder to do, but yeah, yeah, because the guy that turned blue from using silver, actually it was because it's contaminated with copper. Because if you have something like sterling silver, sterling is not pure
No.
silver. It
Mhm.
has other metal in it, usually copper.
Oh, silver just
So
went up to 45.5.
Yeah, I heard gold has gone up too. Yeah, it's crazy times.
See what it is.
Yeah.
What
I
it is in
know
US.
silver wire, pure silver wire is really crazy right now. To get it for jewelry, we used to wrap
USD
everything.
$31.50 US.
We used to
There you
wrap
go.
everything in silver all the time, and now it is so high that I would have to charge a lot more.
For anything
Well,
I
all
do.
this new technology all requires, gold and silver in it. So it's gonna be in more demand come in the future here.
Yeah.
So
Well,
you know,
silver, they say
hang
it's
on
gonna
to
go
it, people.
way up.
Yeah.
If you have it, hang on to it because I think it's gonna go up exponential. I think it.
People stole
Yeah.
most of my silver.
Yeah, hang on to that silver. Don't
Yeah.
sell it.
Picked up a couple coins a while ago. So
Yeah, go buy it. Yeah, if you got the money, buy it.
Mhm.
Instead of it sitting in your bank account there doing nothing for you. You don't get interest rates and stuff anymore anyways. You might as well
No.
invest in something.
And you never know when you're going to pull the rug.
Yeah, and that's another thing, right? That's, so.
Try and keep
Yeah.
some cash and silver on hand.
Yeah.
Even
Well,
if
I've
it's
gone
a
back
small
to
amount,
taking all my money out every month. I go in, I only leave in there what I need for the bills. That's it.
Yep.
I take it out in cash and I spend it cash locally.
Yeah, I don't use a debit card at all.
Me neither. No, I refuse to pay the bank to have the privilege of using my own money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, no, I'll just take it out in cash then. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. That was funny when I did my insurance the other day. I guess he must be a prepper as well. We kind of recognized each other, started talking.
I
Was
have a
funny.
bug out bag. Other than that, I'm.
Yeah, he knew exactly what I was talking about. He's like, "Oh, so you're a prepper?"
Yeah.
Yep.
Be a prepper.
Yeah, howdy prepper. I think a lot of people are preppers now. You'll find them everywhere now. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it would have to be pretty dense not to. I mean, just be ready. Like I've been ready for a while, like for a long
Oh
time
yeah,
now. So.
have extra food on hand, guys. Come on.
Well, yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
just common sense,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even
I
having
got
something in your
covered. I had
car,
stuff.
having a bug out bag, having those things like what if, even
Yep.
just as simple as a fire in your house, like what
Yeah.
if, what is your plan? Like
You have
if
fire
you got pets,
extinguishers.
you gotta make sure you got, something for them. And oh yeah, like why wouldn't you?
Yep. How many of you have fire extinguishers?
Yeah,
I do. I
working
keep it
ones.
by my bed.
Okay.
I have it by my bed.
Yeah, that's a good thing to get too. Especially if they plan to take the world down by fire.
That's
Get
true.
yourself a good flotation device too. You never know when you might need that.
Flotation device.
Yeah.
If they decide to flood you out,
You want to make me a pool noodle raft? How's that?
Yeah.
That's about what I can
We got a
afford.
pool noodle raft. Something.
Hmm.
I'm
Or
hoping
just
I can
rent
drive
one
out of it.
pool noodle raft. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got lucky last year. I actually I have a lot of it.
Welcome pool noodles.
I
Just
got
get a
lucky
fucking life
last year. I
jacket.
got in the company raffle. I got me a 2-person kayak inflatable.
Oh.
So
Oh, there you go. Put that on top of your roof, and you're ready to go in case
I'm already on the 11th floor, so I just have to wait for the water to rise up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once the water
Yeah.
rises, you can yak all over the place. Aren't
That's
you
right.
lucky?
Yep.
See, I'm on the first floor, but we're on a slope, so
Oh,
I don't think our building will ever get drowned like that because it will just be running off.
No.
So I think we're okay. Although we've had sewer backup shit here before, so I'm insured for that. As a tenant, tenancy policy here. So extra
Yeah.
insurance for sewer backup because I am on the first floor and I can see that happening.
Yeah, make sure you have some of those pool noodles.
Pool noodles.
There you go. Get some pool noodles. You can wrap a few of them around you. Make it through the floods.
I'm going to make a pool noodle raft that me and Cowboy will be floating along on a pool noodle
There you
raft.
go.
It would have to be a cold day in hell for this place to flood because we're so used to heavy rain. We just got 50 millimeters overnight.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Wow.
we're used to and yeah, we never pool up around here because I'm on a slope.
Yeah,
Our
it's pretty
whole
hard to
town
flood
here.
my area too. I'm right by
Yeah.
Lake Ontario.
It would have to be like Noah's Ark kind of flooding.
Yeah, the lake would have to swell up or something.
Yeah,
Big
it would have to
landslide.
swell up like that kind of that kind of
Honestly, though,
Yeah.
there is a woman who made a houseboat, and she used like a raft type thing, but she kept it up with like she used plastic bottles
Yeah.
for her
Yeah.
flotation
Yeah, I've seen
underneath
that.
it. And it lasted a long time. And every time one blew, she just add another one,
Yeah.
Wasn't that hard. So actually, she went pretty far with that thing. So you could actually do that. I mean, you could
There's a
actually
lot of
make your
things that you can do
Yeah.
for sure. I've seen them with the big 5-gallon, those jugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can put them together and, you can, oh yeah. But I mean, not
Yeah.
everybody has that laying around though or whatever.
No,
But,
I certainly don't.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
so,
yeah, she was just using the white ones like you get milk in or something. So
You
Yeah, I
can
don't
use
have
little, you can use little 500 ml pop bottles,
Yeah.
Anything
I don't
would
have
work.
any of that stuff. So,
Yeah.
but
Go down to the recycling bin in the
yeah, I mean,
basement.
I'm sure there's,
Yeah.
you have to get together like
Yeah.
a community afterwards, right? And think of ways to.
Yeah, we could build a big floating city on plastic bottles.
yeah,
seen
Well, there's,
that's what we do with all the plastic, right?
There we go.
We just built our own floating city. Do you know that there are people who actually did something like that? They made themselves a reed island, an island
I've seen
entirely
that.
out of reeds.
They made
There was some safe
themselves.
floating.
Yes.
Yeah, the floating.
Yeah, we could
floating
grow
village.
food crops on it and
Whole
everything.
apartments on plastic bottles or whatever. Yeah.
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 Yeah, we don't like it one place, we'll just float to another place.
Yeah.
Right, Cowboy, did you hear Cowboy just then? He just squeaked at you. Why are you squeaking
Aw.
Hi,
at you?
Cowboy. Well, we're at just about at 2 hours. I'm going to give it another 4 minutes and we'll cut it off. I got a class in a little while. Well,
Yep.
all right.
Okay.
So, yeah, this was great, guys. Covered lots of news. Very interesting. I'm going to have to do some research on that program. I didn't, yeah. I have some real concerns about that AI program that they're allowing people to
There's a lot of
download.
concerns. I
I
know.
would also.
Why are they
do
letting you
some-
download it? Why are they letting you download it? Anyway,
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd also say do research on Wilson's disease before you do too much copper.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not
always
getting.
just planning
Can't
on
afford
turning
it.
blue.
All right.
Just
All right. Much
All
love
right.
to you all.
Have a
Thanks
good
for
night,
coming,
everybody.
guys.
Okay, see you
See
later.
you later.
Bye-bye.